Welcome to Daily Bread Personal Finance. This is a 7-part series that I put together to basically formulate almost what I would call a theology of money, so to speak. We'll be diving into topics like earning, finding joy and purpose in building, spending, being good stewards of God's provisions, saving, goal setting for rainy days, debt management, finding freedom and peace, investing, knowing yourself and looking ahead, and giving, little as much when God is in it. Of course, as you can see on the screen here, my goal and purpose for putting this together is to help Christ followers develop biblical foundations and practices for their personal finances so that they can build true wealth that will last. And so this first video is just a brief, very short introduction to basically explain who I am and kind of the underlying goal and focus of this series. So first of all, who I am, easier to start with who I'm not. So I would not call myself a professional, so to speak, on anything. I am not a CPA or a CFA or a CFP or anything like that. I'm also not a broker, advisor, or money manager. I, again, wouldn't call myself an expert, and I certainly wouldn't call myself a guru. I'm not promoting any specific products or services with this presentation, and I'm also not a high net worth individual, if that's a concern that you might have. However, what I do have an MBA in finance, so I do have some training in these topics and stuff that I really have learned a lot about and want to share. I was a formerly ordained pastor with 12 years of licensed ministry in the church. I've spent a lot of time working with people and learning a lot about who they are and what their situations are like. I am employed as a full-time accountant. I'm a controller for a medium-sized business. I'm a husband, a father of 2, and I, of course, am concerned with others' financial health and well-being. It's a topic that I'm very focused on in my own life and have a desire to see others have the resources that maybe I didn't have growing up, things that I wish that I was taught a long time ago and just didn't get. And so that's part of why I put this together. And then again, I'm very focused on basic practices and stewardship. So not going to try to teach you how to trade Forex or tell you to buy Bitcoin or anything crazy like that. This is mostly about the basics, mostly about understanding what the Bible says about money and how that fits into our lives. So, of course, the objectives of this and the outcomes I hope to see. So, again, we'll start with what it's not. It's not a get-rich-quick program. It's certainly not a guarantee of any particular return or success. It's not all-encompassing. It's not going to cover every possible topic or dip into any, every single possible financial situation that someone might have. And it's certainly not prosperity gospel. There's a side of theology that basically says if you're good enough, God will give you lots of things. And, of course, any of us living in the real world know that that's not the case. Good people can be poor and bad people can be rich, and that's just the nature of things. The Bible speaks clearly to that. So certainly not trying to push a prosperity gospel. What this course is it's designed for the everyday person, the average working person. Of course, I hope it has benefits for all ages and situations. It is a basic overview of what a lot of people might call boring financial fundamentals. So again, we're talking about saving, spending, investing, and giving, very simple things, but maybe hopefully a little more in depth than you're used to going. And also primarily focused on instilling in others a theology of generosity centered around the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. So, of course, my focus with this is to really lay out what does the Bible say about money, and to kind of give you the pieces to put it together for yourself more than anything. So that's really the main bit about this, but of course, I certainly would love to start with a little humor. Maybe we could bypass this whole thing if we just won the lottery. And so I always find this humorous, and I wanted to share. These are the things that are more likely than a person winning the lottery. And so the first is getting audited. You have a 1 in 160 chance of getting audited. Finding a 4-leaf clover, 1 in 10,000. Finding a pearl, 1 in 12,000. Getting struck by lightning, 1 in 15,300, which I really don't like those odds. Being killed by a venomous animal or plant, 1 in 44,469. Dying by a bee, wasp, or hornet sting, 1 in 46,562. Dying by an asteroid, 1 in 75,000. Dating a supermodel, 1 in 88,000. Dying in a plane crash, 1 in 188,364. Birthing conjoined twins, 1 in 200,000. Dying by a grizzly bear, 1 in 2.7 million. Dying by a shark attack, 1 in 3.7 million. Or dying by a vending machine, 1 in 112 million. So you're telling me there's a chance. And of course, the odds of winning the lottery, 1 in 176 million. So obviously, probably not the best solution. So maybe it will be worthwhile digging into these additional videos on the next 6 parts. And of course, I try to put an activity with each of these. So the first one would be a pre-assessment. And so really, before you dive into the next video, take some time, think through your finances, think through your feelings about money, and really kind of try to get that detailed. Try to get that maybe on paper, write it down, write about what some of your goals or worries or frustrations are. And once you've got that done, then I will see you in the next video.